Have you ever felt like you're drowning in a relationship, but you keep telling yourself, if I just try harder, maybe I can fix them? It's a myth we often cling to, like a lifeline, because the idea of helping someone we love feels noble. But here is the truth: fixing a toxic partner doesn't just feel to work, it keeps you trapped in a cycle of emotional turmoil and self sacrifice. And while you're pouring all your energy into fixing them, your own needs, dreams, and emotional well being get pushed aside. Now, let's talk about this myth: the idea that you can fix a toxic partner. It's seductive, isn't it? The thought that you, with your love, patience, and understanding, can transform someone who's hurtful, emotionally unavailable, or manipulative into a person who will treat you with respect. It sounds almost heroic, doesn't it? Like you're the one who sees their potential, the one who can turn things around. But here is the harsh reality: you are not responsible for their healing. You are not their therapist, their savior, or their fixer. When we fall into the trap of believing this myth, we start to justify unhealthy behavior. We make excuses for the hurtful things they say or do. We tell ourselves, if I just love them more, they'll change. But love isn't a magic fix. Toxic patterns of behavior, whether it's manipulation, gaslighting, or emotional abuse, aren't things that can be solved by love alone. They require accountability, self awareness, and often professional intervention. Even if they are not willing to put in the work, no matter how hard you try, it won't change. What's worse, though, is that by trying to fix them, you begin to lose sight of yourself. You start reshaping your identity around the hope of saving them. You ignore your own needs because you are consumed by the idea of making them better. Over time, you become exhausted, resentful, and disconnected from your true self. And here is the kicker: you might even begin to believe that you are the problem. Maybe you're not loving them enough, being patient enough, or understanding enough, but that's not the issue. The issue is that no one can heal or fix someone who isn't willing to do the work themselves. Think about it. Think about it for a moment. What would happen if you spent all that energy on yourself instead? What if, instead of fixing them, you focused on rebuilding your own sense of self worth? What if you choose to prioritize your own emotional health over unchanging behavior? That's not selfish, it's self preservation. And here is the hard truth: a toxic partner who isn't willing to grow will drain you dry. The myth of fixing them is like constantly trying to fill a cup with a hole in the bottom. No matter how much you pour in, it never stays, it never works. You will end up empty and they'll stay stuck in their patterns. So here is what I want you to consider. You deserve to be with someone who is already emotionally healthy, someone who is committed to growth, someone who wants to be a better person, not just for you, but for themselves. You don't have to show that burden of their unresolved issue. You are allowed to walk away from a relationship that feels like a constant battle. You are not required to sacrifice your happiness in the name of fixing someone who doesn't acknowledge they need fixing. It's okay to let go. It's okay to choose yourself. And once you do, you realize that the space you create by walking away from the myth of fixing them is the same space where you rediscover your joy, peace, and the love you truly deserve. Now, I want you to ask yourself, what would it look like if I choose me over this toxic relationship? What would your life feel like if you stopped trying to fix someone who isn't ready to be fixed? The answer might surprise you, because the moment you let go of that myth is the moment you give yourself the freedom to live, love, and grow in ways you never thought possible. I hope this helps someone today. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.